Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm going to be working on Project 3 with the close to my heart scrapbooking workshop called Wonderland. Okay, so again, these videos where I'm going to go through the whole, assemble the whole project with you are going to take a little bit longer, so go grab a cup of something and hunker in, or pause and restart, or just skip the video if you don't like long ones. That's okay too. I'm not offended. I started out by inking the edges of my papers. I adhered my photos down to the photo mats that I had cut. I did the journaling because I want to tuck this journaling piece in. Speaking of which, I didn't ink it after. And so I just used a zig writer. I think those are also from Karataki to do my journaling, and this one is a navy. So that's gonna go somewhere like this. And I did center my photos before I turned on the camera. So the center ones are adhered down because I wanted to make sure they were in the middle and I didn't want to stick my head in the camera and all of that kind of stuff. So here we are. I also tried to separate out the snowflakes a little bit so that I knew which ones went on which page. And yeah, I think that's about it in terms of what I've already accomplished. I would like to get started, so I'm going to start with the flourishes. I think that we have, excuse me, one on each page if I'm not mistaken. So this one, and I'm going to be referring back to the project sheet quite a bit because it's, there's a lot to lay down on this one. So this is, nope, that's not the way I want it. I want it this way. Yep. So I'm just gonna, this one kind of goes on here in the project sheet, but I'm just gonna scooch it over because I don't want to cover his little face. And this is a very tight close-up photo of us because we wanted to show how much taller he was of us, this snowman. So I'll tell you a little bit about the story behind this layout. Last year when I was visiting my grandkids, it would have been in February, not long after my granddaughter was born. We were still in the midst of major lockdown out in the place where they lived. And so it was really hard to find activities to do to keep our little 3-year-old, 2-year-old, I guess he was 2, Quentin, busy. And I know that my kids always make an effort to try to find fun activities to do while I am there, so that I feel like I'm, getting a little, because that's where I spend my travel money now. I don't really go on trips anymore. My travel money is spent visiting my family, which is fine. I'd rather see my family than explore more of the world. That's just the way it's going to be. But so they do try to do fun activities and stuff when I'm there, but of course that's hard when everything's locked down. We can't even go to a movie or a restaurant or any of those kinds of things. And so we, this was one of the things that my daughter-in-law found online, that she was like, do you want to go and do this? We could take some pictures with the kids and it'd be super fun. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So we did. We went out to, I think this town was, I wrote it down because I was, Tiny Township is what it's called. And it's not far from where they live, but it's not their town. And this father-son duo had built, so a couple of days before this, we had been out to Barrie, Ontario for Amelia's doctor's appointment. And on our way home, we'd stopped, on our way home, we had stopped to see, this is for this side, we had stopped to see another snowman that had been built out there towards I think it was closer to Barry or Aurelia, I can't remember. But it was so cute. It was Olaf. And oh my god, was it ever adorable. And I have pictures of that too, but they're going to go on a different page. And so then when I was reading about this one, when we were looking up where to find it and stuff, the father and son had started like building a snowman. They didn't intend for it to be this big. It's 20 feet tall. So like, look how little we are compared. I mean, I'm only 5 feet tall, so I'm not super tall, but like, that's a pretty huge snowman. So then they had wanted to build this like massive snowman to like bring smiles to the faces of their neighbors during the pandemic. And so they started building, and then they heard about the one in Barrie, or is it in Barrie or really, I can't remember anymore. They had heard about that one, and they were like, well, now we gotta make ours bigger. I think that one was like 17 feet or something, the Olaf was. And so they're like, well, everybody's going to want to see Olaf, but we want them to come here too, so let's make ours the biggest. So the funny thing is that the news article that I read was called Tiny Giant, because the town is called Tiny. And at first I was like, Tiny Giant? What the heck does that mean? And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't get it. Until I realized the town was named Tiny. Anyway, I'm a little slow, but I get by. Yeah, so we went out and we visited Tiny Township and saw this massive snowman. And he's so cute. And it was really cool. We had actually kind of a hard time tearing Quentin away, and it was getting dark, like as you can tell in the photos, it's not very bright. It was winter sky and stuff too, but it was getting dark out, and we're like, okay, we need to go. He's like, no. He just didn't want to leave. He just loved it so much. Loved the big giant Olaf. So that was super fun. Just a little something for us to do. We spent most of our days just chilling at home, which was good too. I actually like that. I like to just hang out with the kids in their own environment and visit with them and see them, how they've grown and changed and how they're developing and, you know, all that kind of stuff. So I actually like that. But when my husband and my boys are out, they want to be busy. They want to be doing all the things that we can't do here in Alberta. And so that was a bit hard for them, I think, last time we were out, because it was still quite a locked down situation the last time we were out in Ontario as a family. But Ontario has pretty much stayed quite locked down the entire time, as far as I know. Anytime I've been there, it's been very quiet, not much to do kind of deal. I don't know where this one's supposed to be, but it's not in this bundle. Okay. And then we went also that night. We had like ordered some food that we were supposed to pick up, and we couldn't get him back in the van to go and get our food. He just was so fascinated by this giant snowman. He actually spent more time with this one than he did with the Olaf one. And he it was so funny because the Olaf one, we couldn't even get him to smile. Like, he didn't want the pictures. He just wasn't that interested. Mind you, we'd, been to the doctor for his sister. It wasn't a super interesting day, and it was snowing really hard and, all that kind of stuff. But he just, he really was fascinated by this one. We actually had to, bribe him to stand in front of the Olaf and get a picture, because I liked at the Olaf one, too, they had a selfie stand where you could set your phone up and take a selfie of your little group. I think this one's supposed to be a smaller version. Where you could take a selfie of your little group, and I really liked that. I kind of wished they'd had that here, because we took 2 separate photos, one with Alicia and the kids and one with me and the kids. And it would be nice to have a whole one with all of us. And but it was still super cute. We liked it. don't know. Oh, you know what? This one's a sticker. That's why I can't find it. I'm like, why can't I find this one? That's why. Because it's on the sticker sheet. There we go. Oops. Sorry. Dropping stuff. Okay, so this one goes a little bit on top of the photo, so I better lay that down. This one too. That wasn't very smart, was it? Okay. Well, you know, like I said, I'm a little slow. Oh wow, hey? It's hard to believe that I actually teach children for a living. Just changing the world one kid at a time, I guess. I can't even glue this thing down properly. Ay, ay, ay. It's just gonna be one of those moments, I suppose. Okay. And I'm running out of daylight, so I'm sorry if my lighting gets weird, but I'm doing the best I can with the time that I have. All right, so there we go. And then this one is kind of over here. And let me get this one. Okay. Yeah, so so the people who started out building this snowman never intended it for it to be as big as it ended up, but once they heard about the other one, they decided they needed to outdo him, so they made this 20-foot snowman. And I'm glad they did. It was a really fun thing to do and see. I don't know what I'm going to do with this little spot. So I thought that was a really sweet gesture of these people, both families, the Olaf not the Olaf family, but the family who built the giant Olaf and the family who built this guy. I thought that was a really nice gesture for, you know, cheering people up during a long, difficult winter, like the last one that we had. This one's been long too, but I think that even though I know other parts of the world have opened up, ours hasn't. But I do feel like maybe because we were more prepared for what that's going to entail, we were less miserable about it, for lack of a better word. I know for me, when they opened the schools and then told us we need to mask again after they'd already opened, saying we didn't have to, it was less upsetting to me than it had been the year before. You know, all the weird mandates and stuff. I found that this time around I just rolled with it all. Mind you, I didn't lose my job this time, which was, I think, the most stressful part of this whole thing. But what can you do? So this one is a sticker, but I already put some foam adhesive on it to save us some time, because I know this is going to take a while to put together since it's like so many tiny parts and pieces and whatnot. So I thought I would do that ahead of time so that it could be done when I came on camera. So we got that. Let's see. Get this little guy. I'll come right up to the top. And then this one, glue down with this Zig two-way glue pen by Kuretake again. And like I said in my last video, I know that they have a similar product at Close to My Heart, but I do not know if it's you know, less expensive or whatever. I've always bought these ones from Michael's with my coupon because sometimes I just stick to what I know. This one? Definitely not. Okay. Is it a sticker? No. Okay, it must be over here. Is it this one? Maybe? Or these the same? Yes. Okay, well I think it's one of these. So we're gonna roll with that. Some of them all look the same. I'm trying to do what's on the picture, not because I feel like I have to follow it to the T, because I don't. But what I do like about having this already designed for me by someone else is that I don't have to worry about the balance. So I don't have to spend a really long time, you know, attempting to, you know, move this here and move this there and try it like this and try it like that and see if I can find a better balance. And I know that the designer who made this page the first time on the project sheet already considered the balance of the design. So I don't have to worry about, like, do I have the right number of snowflakes, and do I have the right shape of snowflakes, and do I have the right size of snowflakes, and do I have the right color of snowflakes to balance my layout. If I just follow what they have already done for me, then it's gonna work. So that's another thing that I really love about these, is that if I've lost my mojo or I'm scrapping away from home, I don't have to spend a whole bunch of time trying to consider the design principles of creating a layout. I just have to copy. And some people don't like that, but you know what? I don't think anybody in my world is going to look at this and be like, well, she just copied somebody else's layout, and like there's probably like a million different people who have this exact same layout. Because let's be honest, that's probably true, but nobody's gonna know that. My family certainly isn't gonna know that. The only thing they might see is if my mom and I buy the same kit and make the same layout and happen to use the same photos. But my mom wasn't even on this trip, so that's not gonna happen. But even then, I don't think anybody would care. They would probably just pick one and throw it out. It just doesn't matter. And and sometimes this is exactly what I need to, for if I lose my mojo and I want to create something, but I'm super lost because it's been such a long time since I made anything. And having all of the, you know, decisions made for you, it just really helps to restart that creative thought process. I think this one is too big. This is not the right size. Will it come off? I glued it with liquid glue. I don't know. I don't know. It's too big. It's not the right one. So far it's coming up. We will see. The middle is always the tricky part. I don't know if this... Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, I think we got it. Oh, look at that. Okay, I'm taking a smaller one. Let's try this again. Can you still see me on here? It's starting to get dark in here. Yeah, you're just getting shadows. Not much I can do about the shadows. I can bring more light in from the other side here. There we go. But there will be shadows. Sorry. Okay, so that one, and then this one, we're kind of layered on top of each other. And then and this one on this side, just because of the way mine lined up. There. And then the last one is one of these die cut pieces. And it's gonna go kind of in the middle-ish. And I know I could and should probably pop some of these up, but I don't want to. I just want my title popped up. Okay, so that is the left side of this layout. Is this supposed to be in here somewhere? I don't think so. I'll just leave it there. All right. So for this one, we are going to glue down my journaling. And I will have to go looking for dates for my photos as well after I'm done putting these layouts together. And there we go. All right. And then I want this to go on here. There we go. I'm not sure I like the way that lines up as like a whole layout, but I'm gonna roll with it because, yeah. Let's see. Okay, so one of them goes, one of these ones goes over here. Which, here we go. Oops. Is it the big one or the little one? It's the little one. The big one over there. And so these layered, or not layered, lasered cut ones, they're pretty delicate, but I just find if I sit them on some sticker paper and or some scrap paper and put that Karataki glue on the back, then it seems to work out all right. And then there's one of these over here. Okay, and then this is where those mitten stickers go that I decided to put on my other layout. And so instead of the mitten stickers, I'm going to use this sticker that says, "Want to build a snowman?" Because, yes, please. So, I'm going to get some dimension on here as well. Oops. Just using that not so fun foam without the stick on the back, but works well with these stickers, that's for sure. That's just gonna go there, and then it has a couple of label stickers. One says "Snow Business." No business like snow business. I guess that fits with this. It's definitely snow business. And the other one says "Winter Magic," which also works because, I mean, how often do you see a 20-foot snowman? I've lived in Canada my whole life, and this was a first for me. Okay. And then we have some like this one that I stuck up here because it had glue on it already. Down here. And then a couple littles. One of these. And Here it is. It's disguised on top of my photo. Another thing that I've noticed when I do these workshop kits is that sometimes the designer does something that I don't want, like I don't want for my own layout, and I'll just leave that part out, or I will readjust it and make it my own. And I think that that's really good, especially on times when I'm using them to bring back my mojo, because if I see something that they've done that I don't like, isn't my style or whatever, and I can change that up, that really sparks creativity, right? But because not always everybody has the same tastes, but for the most part, whatever Close to My Heart does, I do too, because they have fabulous designers, and I really like. Sometimes their stuff is a little bit too florally for me, a little bit too pinky. I'm not really much of a pink fan, even for myself. Not just because I have 3 boys and a husband and a grand boy, but also I just am not like the kind of girl who enjoys a lot of pink. I just never have been, and so even in my own like photos of myself and stuff are just not. They're just not very pink, and so pink is just not my favorite color. And you know, florals, I'm starting to like florals more. I think maybe now that Amelia's in the picture and she's a real girly girl, excuse me, and I just love that. Just have a little sip of tea here. Okay, now what else do I gotta do? So this is all going to be snowflakes. I just got to figure out which order the designer has put them in so that I can get them on there. And a couple of these, as you can see, like this one, were layered, and I noticed that before I came on camera, and so I did a little bit of that layering beforehand, because it can be kind of tedious to find all the right pieces and glue them all together and stuff too, so I did that beforehand. Here's another one of those laser cut bits. I'm just gonna see how I just use the sticker paper, because it's okay if I get glue on it. That's what I'm doing now that my sticker sheet is getting used up. And I do find that with these workshop kits that they do use quite a bit of the things that they send you, but there's always just a tiny bit of stuff left. And I like that because it gives you a little bit of flexibility. Like I said on that one that used those mittens instead of the skaters, and then on this one I wanted to use this snowman sticker instead of the mittens. You know, it gives you just that little bit of flexibility. I don't have to use the skating sticker if I don't want to. Next one is this one. And so I'm inking some of them and not all of them. I don't know if you noticed that or not. The ones that are more substantial, and also the ones that are the same. So like this one's turquoise and so is the background. So I feel like I need to ink the edges to give it a little bit of definition, if that makes sense. And then also like these ones are white, so I don't feel like I need to do that. But also the way that they're built, like getting that ink thing in there is kind of a pain. But I just don't feel like I need to either because of the contrast of the background paper and the white snowflakes already. This one. Oops. Actually, maybe I should lay this one down first. Sorry if you can hear my phone ringing. My husband is calling me, but I know that it's not important. He just likes to talk to me while he's driving. On Bluetooth, of course. But he gets bored when he's driving, and he's coming back from visiting our middle boy. So I will call him back when I'm finished here. There we go. And then one of these. It is. Oops. Okay. That one goes there. And that's it. So these ones are extras, which is great. So this is what I have for, oh, where does that go? I think that's supposed to be on here somewhere too. Yes, it is. It's just hard to see in the light in the photo. Okay, so this actually goes on here too. So again, I'm going to ink this because it's the same color as the background, and I just want to give it a little definition. Like I said, I had trouble seeing it in the photo because it's the same color, and I don't think that the designer who built the original did that. Very hard to see. Okay, so it goes kind of like this, and like that. Oops. There we go. So this is what I have left over. I have this kind of snowflake, a couple of these like little, I like those too because they're like little embellishments. Some stars, a skater, a mommy pulling a kid in a sled, another one of these circle bits. I might actually put this on. I'll layer this up on one of these other. There we go. Or maybe, where are the others? Oops, I'm throwing stuff around. This one? Yeah, I like that. Okay. And then a few of these word stickers at the bottom. So that's it. So here is the final project from the Close to My Heart Wonderland Scrapbook Kit Workshop, and I hope you found this valuable information. And yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to click that like button and give me a thumbs up. Hit the show more button below if you're interested in ordering the kit. Again, I am not a maker, and this is not advertising. I do not profit from this in any way. I just wanted to share the information with you. But I will have some makers linked below that you can order from, or from your own maker, of course. If you have one, you should order from her. If you'd like to see more of my videos, it would really make my day to have you as a subscriber. So if you haven't already, please click the subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell if you would like to be notified when new videos go up. Thanks so much. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.